What's up guys, it's your boy Sean and I'm back with another exciting video all about firearms, shooting, accuracy. So today I'm going to be doing like a little review or a walkthrough of a recent range day that I had where I was just out there on the range shooting some steel, working on my footwork, speed, accuracy, everything like that. So I wanted to share that with you and just kind of review it. Maybe I can help you out, be able to shoot a little bit faster, more accurate, so on and so forth. But before we get into the video, I want to roll that beautiful intro. Welcome back, and I hope you guys liked the new intro. Just had it, done up and edited. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Before we get into the video, I want to tell you guys all about the new merch that we have on my guy right here, my boy Bob. He's rocking the new TSOD hat, as well as we got new sweatshirts, beanies, as well as other merch. So head on over to tsodshop.com and please check it out. All right, without further ado, let's get into the video here. All right, so right off the bat here, we basically have me just setting out a bunch of cones, all right? Now, you definitely want to have some shooting positions set out, because if you're doing any sort of competition shoot or whatnot, you're pretty much going to have a start point, and you're probably going to have other points that you have to move to and shoot targets. So as you can see, I've got 6 cones set up right here, and basically I'm going to my starting position. Now, when you get to your starting position, you should really have everything already set up, all right? Your belt, your holster, your magazines with the right amount of rounds that you need, everything ready to go. Basically, your mind is just clear and you're ready to go through the drills and do it, as per how they've laid it out. All right. So as you can see here, basically kind of moving up to the start point. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go all the way through the video, let you see it, and then what I'm going to do is back it on up and just kind of talk through some things that, I feel as if that I did pretty well, as well as some things that I could improve on with this shooting or this pistol run, all right? So let's go ahead and see it from start to finish, and then we'll back it on up and we'll talk about it. All right, here it is. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're basically gonna walk you through kind of how I do my runs. Now, what you'll see is that the first couple shots, obviously, that magazine was not topped off. I had, shot a couple rounds prior to that, so I only had about 2 or 3 rounds in the magazine. So I just wanna throw that. I know you guys are gonna hit me up in the comments section below. So did a couple runs. Now I'm kind of on the run that I actually wanna record, show you guys. So here it is, basically from the start. And I'm gonna kind of pause as I'm going through this, so that way I can kind of highlight some things for you, some do's and don'ts, pros, cons to what I'm doing. All right, so let's check it out right now. All right, so I'm basically at the starting point. I just hit the button, and all right. So I'm gonna pause it right there and basically show you guys. I'm gonna back it up actually just a little bit, if I can. Okay, right there. Now I'm gonna show you guys, look at my stance, all right? My arms are presented out nice and straight, just kind of driving that pistol forward. So overall, that's kind of a good stance. I'm leaning forward. I'm kind of bringing that sight up to my eyes and getting it in a very comfortable position. Now, I will say that my overall stance here probably could be a little bit wider, as you can see here. I could probably have my stance a little bit more in that stable, kind of flush with my shoulders, a little bit lower center of gravity, so that way I'm just a lot more stabilized as I'm leaning forward, because I've got all of that mass forward of my torso. So that's something I probably could have been a little bit better at. All right, so let's kind of continue on here. That first shot was good. Now I'm moving over to kind of that second, or really like the first target point right here. So again, could probably have a little bit of a wider stance. Nail that first shot, as you guys can see. So I got 2 shots off at this point, and I'm gonna get ready to do a magazine change. So go ahead and watch this really quick. All right, notice how, I'm gonna back this up. I'm gonna back this up for you guys. So notice how as I am kind of transitioning, you see the magazine just drop. I'm already anticipating, because basically my slide locked to the rear, letting me know that I was out of rounds. So me realizing that, knowing that I've got to go from point A to point B, I'm gonna save some time. I'm gonna basically get that thing into my workspace, hit that magazine release button, drop that magazine as I'm transitioning or moving to my next target, and that saves me a ton of time versus getting there, getting stable, trying to do the mag change. I'm losing time, all right? I'm wasting time as I'm doing that. So I'll show you guys again. As I'm moving, I drop that magazine right there, getting a new one in, and it only takes me just about a second or 2 to get that pistol back up, put it back in action, and get those rounds downrange. Now, what you guys are gonna see is that steel target that you know, I think it's like a 12-inch disc or circle that's out there. It's roughly about, I don't know, 22 to 25 yards out. All right, so if you times that, you know, by 3, roughly about 70 feet or so away from me. So it's a pretty good distance. And for me, I kind of always want to, you know, practice and train to, I would say, the worst conditions possible or the furthest engagement. That way, if I do have targets that are much, much closer, it's a lot easier for me to just acquire those really quick, ding, ding, and now I'm moving on, because it's really, really close, and the margin of error is, I would say, a lot wider as you get closer. And the margin of error really collapses as those targets are further out. You've got to focus more. You really have to apply the fundamentals, or you're going to start missing shots. All right, so we're going to continue on here. As you can see, I nailed that shot there from that position. Notice what I'm doing right now. I'm keeping my pistol, my firearm downrange. All right, downrange is where the bullets go, where the targets are at. Uprange is kind of that safe space, or where the friendlies are at. So I'm basically keeping my weapon pointed in a safe direction. Notice how I keep it facing downrange, and I'm kind of looking backwards to make sure that I'm not gonna trip, and I'll make sure I'm going to my right point. Because what I don't wanna do is run past it again and waste more time. So you'll see right now, get to that point really good, really quick, all right? Overall, decent stance. Again, it's really whatever you feel comfortable with. You don't have to have, you know, your legs super wide, and I'll show you guys like right here. It doesn't really have to be super wide per se. This is a stable stance, but again, I'm leaning forward, as you can see here, and I've got basically my body just kind of leaned up and nice and tense up to a point. You don't want to be super tense, but at the same time, you don't want to be super loose, or that's when you're going to really start to have your shot groupings go all over the place. All right, so continuing on here, I'm pretty sure this shot was on. Yep, hit the target there. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of back this up for you guys right here. So this is kind of a mistake that I made. You can see right there where I hit the cone, okay? Now, what I'm gonna do is just kind of slow it up for you guys. Boom, right there. You can see basically went right over the cone. So that's where you have to really be aware of your surroundings, all right? And run around or in front of the cone, depending on, you know, if you're doing a specific comp shoot, they may want you to go behind the cone, they may want you to go in front. But again, you really just have to be cognizant, be aware of where you're stepping, all right? Because that costs me some time. On top of that, again, not really seeing the cone was kind of offset. So me personally, you know, like just looking for a cone, I went, you know, diagonally straight up, but I should have gone just laterally to my right, end up kind of missing that. And you'll see it right here where I kind of stepped forward just a little bit, and then I caught it in my peripheral vision, went to it and really got in there. Now you can see kind of my stance again, overall good, nice straight stance. Overall, legs looking pretty good, and hopefully I nail this target right here, which I'll show you in a sec. Let's check it out. Okay, so good hit, moving straight up. Now, one of the things that me personally that I have to kind of retrain myself when moving, when you know, doing moving drills or moving to another shooting position is really trying to keep that pistol and that optic, right, or my sight kind of in my field of vision. Because you start to drop it down nice and low, sure, you can see a lot of stuff, but it also takes, you know, time, fractions of a second to get it back up there, get it in a position and really punch it out onto that target. So that's something that I could probably do a little bit better as I train, as I do drills and rehearse, to kind of keep that thing up there right underneath my eye. I don't want it in my eye. I don't want to be looking through that window or looking through my sight as I'm running. I want it just below my eye because I really want to be able to acquire that and make sure it's an actual target or threat. And then from there, it's just a quick kind of up and into my actual dominant eye, which, believe it or not, I'm actually left eye dominant and not right eye dominant. So that's something that you guys can check out and test for yourself. A real quick eye dominance test is basically holding your hands out in a triangle just like this, all right? And then naturally allowing it to come back. All right, and you do it about 3 times, and generally it will go to that eye that's more dominant. And for me, it shifts to the left. So I've had to kind of cant my head just a little bit or bring my pistol or my optic realistically or my sight over to my dominant eye to get more accurate shots on target, okay? So we'll continue on, we'll check it out. I'm at that next firing point, and as you can see here, all right, good hit there, all right. Moving back to that center target, I missed that shot, and what it probably was from was, again, just like a lack of fundamentals or rushing the shot, wanting to get to the next firing point, but not applying those fundamentals, probably kind of just, you know, anticipated, jerked the trigger and dropped that shot, you know, a little bit low or maybe a little bit to the left, all right? I am using a red dot sight or red dot optic, all right? So yes, you should be able to, when you're looking at that holographic sight, you should be able to look at it from multiple planes and it still be pretty accurate, but you can still kind of be off a little bit, especially as you start to cant that dot or that holographic sight just a little bit, and you can be off. So probably rush that shot, ultimately missed, took a second, all right? Got a breather, woosawed a little bit, and I think I was able to follow up on the second shot and nail that target. So I was there, and I'll back it up, just kind of show you guys the miss and then the follow-up shot. So you can see right there, all right, missed it, a little bit left and low, nailed it on the second one, and now I'm moving back to kind of the second to last target. All right, nailed it from there. So overall, not bad. I think I only ended up dropping 1 shot out of that, so not a bad run. It can definitely be better. It can definitely be faster, more accurate. But again, I hope that you guys can learn from my mistakes. I'm, you know, just trying to get better as I go along, and I would love for you guys to be better as well. So again, this is a short video. I wanted to keep it short and sweet. I appreciate you guys tuning in and watching the video. If you like the video, consider hitting that thumbs up button, giving it a like, so that way viewers just like yourself can see my future videos. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video, and I will catch you guys next time. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Peace.